In the year 2350, Earth stood as a burgeoning member of the interstellar community, still finding its footing among older, more advanced civilizations. The planet had forged tenuous alliances with several alien races, yet remained technologically inferior. This nascent stage of space diplomacy was marked by caution and the hope for mutual growth and protection. Earth's fleet, though expanding, lagged behind in both technology and experience. The weakest fleet, often dubbed the Rust Bucket Brigade, comprised of outdated ships and a motley crew of inexperienced yet hopeful officers. This fleet, barely holding together with its worn-out vessels, represented the lower echelon of Earth's space-faring capabilities. Captain Alex Murphy, a seasoned yet cynical leader, helmed this fleet. Alongside him were engineer Tessa Reyes, a brilliant but untested technician, and pilot Jake Thompson, a hotshot with more bravado than experience. Each harbored their own dreams and doubts, aware of the fleet's limitations but determined to prove their worth. The routine of the fleet was abruptly interrupted by a desperate distress signal from the Zorvians, an advanced alien race known for their peaceful nature and impressive technological prowess. Their president had been abducted and killed by a hostile faction, plunging their world into chaos and fear. The Zorvians, needing immediate assistance, turned to Earth, hoping for any form of aid. In a controversial decision, Earth's government chose to dispatch their weakest fleet. Politicians viewed this as a low-risk move, underestimating the potential of the Rust Bucket Brigade. The fleet was tasked with guarding the Zorvian homeworld while the primary Zorvian forces pursued the assailants. This decision was met with mixed reactions among the crew. Some saw it as a chance to prove their mettle, while others feared it was a death sentence. As the fleet readied for departure, the atmosphere buzzed with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. Captain Murphy addressed his crew with a blend of pragmatism and reluctant hope, urging them to prepare for the unknown. Engineer Reyes worked tirelessly, patching up the aging ships with limited resources, while pilot Thompson maintained a facade of confidence, hiding his own anxieties about the mission. Once the fleet set off, the initial journey served as a time for bonding and character development. The crew's interactions ranged from lighthearted banter to serious discussions about their readiness. These moments, though brief, laid the groundwork for the challenges ahead, showcasing their diverse backgrounds and the potential for growth. Upon arrival at the Zorvian homeworld, the fleet was greeted by a strikingly beautiful but tense environment. The Zorvian capital was a marvel of advanced architecture and technology, now overshadowed by a palpable sense of urgency and fear. The human crew couldn't help but feel both awe and intimidation at the sight of such an advanced civilization now relying on their outdated fleet for protection. This marked the beginning of their daunting task. As the humans established their presence, the weight of the mission settled heavily on their shoulders. They were not only defending a world far superior to their own but also proving to both the Zorvians and themselves that they were more than their perceived weaknesses. The stage was set for an epic tale of resilience, strategy, and unexpected heroism. The fleet made contact with the Zorvians, their ship hovering above the alien homeworld. The Zorvians, a race known for their advanced technology and strategic prowess, greeted them with a mix of skepticism and curiosity. Their leader, High Commander Lauren, stood tall with an air of authority, eyes scrutinizing the humans. "We expected a stronger force," he remarked, doubt evident in his tone. Captain Alex Murphy, aware of their inferior position, responded calmly. "We may not have the best ships, but we have the resolve to help." A diplomatic meeting was convened in the grand hall of the Zorvian capital. The tension was palpable as the Zorvians laid out their concerns. "Our president's abduction and murder have left us vulnerable," High Commander Lauren stated. "We need reliable allies, not a token gesture." Engineer Tessa Reyes leaned forward, her eyes determined. "We understand the stakes. We're here to offer more than just a presence, we're here to fight alongside you." The Zorvians listened, still uncertain but willing to give the humans a chance. The humans soon learned about the hostile faction responsible for the president's abduction and murder. Intelligence reports indicated a rogue group known for their ruthless tactics and desire to destabilize the region. As the Zorvian military focused on hunting down these culprits, it became clear that the human fleet would be tasked with defending the planet. Tensions rose within the human crew as they realized the enormity of their mission. "We're essentially the last line of defense," Pilot Jake Thompson remarked, the weight of responsibility heavy in his voice. It wasn't long before the first skirmish erupted. A surprise attack by the hostile aliens caught everyone off guard. The sky lit up with explosions as enemy ships descended on the planet. "All hands to battle stations!" Captain Murphy's voice boomed through the intercom. The crew scrambled, their training kicking in despite the initial shock. Tessa Reyes worked furiously in the engine room, ensuring the shields held up, while Jake Thompson took the helm, maneuvering their ship through the chaos with deft precision. The battle raged on, showcasing the human fleet's resourcefulness. Despite their outdated technology, they employed unorthodox tactics that caught the enemy off guard. Jake's daring maneuvers and Tessa's quick repairs kept their ship in the fight. The crew's determination shone through as they fought to protect the Zorvian homeworld. With coordinated strikes and a relentless spirit, they managed to repel the attackers, securing a hard-fought victory. In the aftermath of the skirmish, the human crew gathered to assess the situation. The damage was significant, but their spirits remained unbroken. Captain Murphy addressed his team, pride evident in his eyes. "We may have been seen as the weakest, but today we proved our worth. We're not just here to survive, we're here to win." The crew, bruised but not beaten, nodded in agreement. Their resolve was stronger than ever, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The humans and Zorvians convened in the war room, a tense atmosphere settling over the gathering. Captain Murphy stood beside High Commander Lauren as they reviewed the planetary defense grid. "We need to fortify our weak points and anticipate their next move," Lauren began. Tessa Reyes stepped forward, her voice clear and confident. "We can set up automated turrets in these blind spots. They'll provide cover fire and buy us crucial time during an attack." The Zorvians listened intently, appreciating the humans' fresh perspective. Jake Thompson suggested deploying decoy drones to confuse the enemy, a tactic that earned nods of approval. The meeting continued, with the human crew proposing several innovative strategies. They suggested using the planet's natural resources to create makeshift barriers and traps, utilizing their engineering skills to maximize the effectiveness of available materials. "We'll use the terrain to our advantage," Tessa explained, outlining how they could create choke points and ambush zones. The Zorvians, initially skeptical, began to see the value in these unconventional methods. Their combined strategies started to form a robust defense plan, blending human ingenuity with Zorvian technology. As the teams worked together, trust began to build. Shared meals and late-night strategy sessions fostered camaraderie. Tessa and a Zorvian engineer bonded over their mutual love for tinkering, exchanging tips and tools. Jake shared stories of his childhood in the outer colonies with a young Zorvian soldier, who, in turn, recounted his training days. These interactions deepened their understanding of each other, breaking down initial prejudices and forming strong alliances. The crew members' backgrounds and motivations surfaced in quiet moments. Tessa revealed her passion for engineering stemmed from watching her father repair ships on Earth. Jake confessed he joined the fleet to escape a life of mediocrity, seeking purpose among the stars. Captain Murphy shared his dream of uniting disparate worlds through diplomacy and defense, a vision that resonated with the Zorvian leaders. These personal stories reinforced their shared mission, transforming them from mere allies into a cohesive unit. Working tirelessly, the crew upgraded their outdated technology. Tessa led efforts to retrofit their shields with Zorvian tech, improving their resilience. Jake oversaw the installation of new weapons systems, ensuring they were battle-ready. The crew adapted quickly, turning scraps and limited resources into formidable defenses. Their dedication was evident in every weld, every circuit connected. Despite the odds, they were determined to hold their ground. Tensions peaked as sensors detected an impending attack. The warning alarms blared, and everyone sprang into action. "They're coming," Jake announced, his voice steady despite the rising fear. The crew executed their plans with precision, positioning their ships and activating the new defenses. There was a moment of silence, a collective breath held as they awaited the onslaught. Final preparations saw the crew exchanging encouraging words. Captain Murphy addressed them. "We've trained for this. We've prepared. Now we show them what we're made of." Tessa clasped hands with her Zorvian counterpart, both nodding in silent agreement. Jake tightened his grip on the controls, ready to face whatever came next. In these last moments, their unity was palpable, a testament to their hard work and growing trust. The stage was set for the next battle, with the human-Zorvian alliance standing strong and ready to defend their newfound bond. The hostile aliens launched a full-scale assault on the Zorvian homeworld, their ships darkening the sky. The initial impact was devastating, with explosions ripping through the atmosphere. Alien fighters swarmed, targeting key defense points. The Zorvian and human forces braced themselves, ready to defend their ground. The air buzzed with the sounds of laser fire, and the roar of engines as the battle commenced in earnest. The initial defense was a test of coordination and resilience. Tessa Reyes worked furiously in the engine room, keeping the shields operational despite the relentless bombardment. Jake Thompson executed daring aerial maneuvers, leading enemy fighters into traps and decoy zones. The automated turrets, a brainchild of the human crew, sprang to life, peppering the sky with precise bursts of fire. Zorvian ground troops, bolstered by human tactical advice, held their lines, using the terrain to their advantage. The combined forces demonstrated remarkable teamwork, each action a testament to their preparation and resolve. As the battle raged on, the human fleet's unconventional tactics began to shift the momentum. Using the decoy drones, they confused the enemy, leading them into ambushes and crossfire. Jake executed a feint maneuver, drawing a cluster of enemy ships into a narrow canyon where hidden turrets awaited. The enemies were obliterated in a concentrated blast. Tessa's quick thinking kept the systems running at peak efficiency, despite the constant strain. Their ingenuity and adaptability began to pay off, gradually turning the tide of battle in their favor. Moments of bravery and leadership shone brightly amidst the chaos. Captain Murphy coordinated the defense with calm precision, his commands clear and decisive. During a critical moment, he personally led a squadron to intercept a bombing run targeting the main Zorvian city, saving countless lives. Tessa, despite the danger, left the safety of the engine room to manually repair a crucial power conduit under heavy fire. Jake, outnumbered and outgunned, engaged in a dogfight with the enemy's ace pilot, managing to outmaneuver and take them down in a stunning display of skill. The battle reached its peak, the stakes higher than ever. The sky was a tapestry of fire and smoke, with both sides suffering heavy losses. The hostile aliens, sensing their advantage slipping, doubled down on their efforts, launching a massive coordinated strike aimed at breaching the planetary shield. The Zorvian and human forces responded with everything they had, the intensity of the conflict pushing everyone to their limits. Each moment was a desperate struggle, every decision carrying the weight of survival. In a decisive move, Captain Murphy devised a bold plan. Recognizing a pattern in the enemy's attack, he ordered a concentrated counterattack on their flagship. The human and Zorvian forces united in a final push, targeting the flagship with all their remaining firepower. Murphy led the charge, his ship at the forefront. The critical maneuver, a high-risk assault, saw them breaking through the enemy's defensive formation. With precise targeting, they hit the flagship's main reactor, triggering a catastrophic explosion. The destruction of the flagship sent shockwaves through the enemy fleet, causing disarray and retreat. The battlefield fell silent as the remnants of the hostile fleet scattered. The Zorvian homeworld stood defended, the combined efforts of the human and Zorvian forces securing a hard-won victory. The scene shifted from chaos to relief, the defenders slowly realizing they had triumphed against overwhelming odds. Captain Murphy's leadership and the crew's unwavering bravery had turned the tide, leading to a decisive and defining victory. The aftermath of the battle brought a wave of relief and celebration among the Zorvians and humans. The once chaotic battlefield now buzzed with joyful reunions and victorious cheers. Both species mingled, sharing stories of bravery and close calls. The Zorvian capital lit up with impromptu festivities, a stark contrast to the destruction that had threatened it hours earlier. In the heart of the city, a makeshift stage was erected, where leaders from both sides addressed their people, expressing gratitude and hope. As the celebrations continued, there was a solemn moment of reflection. The cost of the battle weighed heavily on everyone. A memorial was held for the fallen, both Zorvian and human. Names were read aloud, each one honored with a moment of silence. Captain Murphy, standing before the assembled crowd, spoke of the bravery and sacrifice that had defined their victory. "We owe our lives to those who gave theirs," he said, his voice echoing with respect and sorrow. The memorial served as a poignant reminder of the price of peace. The Zorvians expressed their profound gratitude and newfound respect for the human fleet. High Commander Lauren, once skeptical, now stood beside Captain Murphy, acknowledging their critical role in the defense. "Your courage and ingenuity have saved us," Lauren declared. "We are forever in your debt." The Zorvian Council formally recognized the human fleet, presenting them with symbols of honor and friendship. This gesture solidified the bond formed through shared adversity. Diplomatic discussions soon followed, focused on strengthening alliances and planning future cooperation. Representatives from both sides met in the grand halls of the Zorvian capital, drafting agreements that would ensure mutual support and collaboration. Trade routes were established, and joint military exercises were planned to prepare for any future threats. The sense of unity and purpose was palpable, marking a new era of interstellar diplomacy. The alliances formed promised to bring peace and prosperity to both civilizations. In quieter moments, the characters reflected on their personal growth and the journey they had undertaken. Tessa Reyes found herself contemplating the challenges they had overcome, realizing how much she had grown as an engineer and a leader. Jake Thompson, usually the Joker, now carried a deeper sense of responsibility and pride in his role. Captain Murphy, ever the steady leader, felt a renewed sense of purpose, his vision of unity between worlds becoming a reality. As preparations were made for the human fleet's departure, there was a mixture of sadness and optimism. Friendships had been forged in the crucible of battle, and goodbyes were bittersweet. The crew gathered one last time on the deck of their ship, looking out over the Zorvian landscape. Murphy addressed his team. "We came here as underdogs, but we're leaving as heroes. Remember what we've accomplished together." The final moments saw the human fleet lifting off, heading back to Earth with the promise of a stronger interstellar alliance. As their ships ascended, they left behind a legacy of courage and cooperation. The Zorvians watched their departure with gratitude and respect, knowing that they had found true allies in the humans. The journey had transformed them all, setting the stage for a future where their combined strength would ensure peace and prosperity among the stars.